What's up, people? This is Nature Girl 30 here, and I am sorry. It has been a long time since I've done a Q&A, probably about 2 weeks. My apologies. I've had technical difficulties with my computer, but luckily a friend of mine was nice enough to actually debug my computer and get my sound back because I had no sound. But anyway, this is Q&A number 23. Thank you guys for sending your questions. As usual, I'm going to put you at the end of the credits. I have a lot of questions, and like I said on my 2-year anniversary video, I'm only doing 6 at a time. So if you did send me 10, I will probably do about 6 of them and then go on to the next one, and then I'll probably try to finish up your questions on the next Q&A. But thank you guys so much for actually sending me these questions, and let's get started with the first set of questions that I have from Final Limits 1. What do you think of the beautiful people in 2008 and 2009 when Madison Rayne joined them and Lacey joined? What did you think of that group? I really didn't get into TNA around that time, so I really don't have anything to say about it, but I will probably watch their old footage. But also former BP member Lacey Von Erich. I really don't know much about her, but like I said, I'm probably going to watch some old footage. What if Cream Crazy and Largest 85 made their own wrestling debut in WWE, and they revealed they're the leader of the Shield? How would you react? Or if they joined TNA and join the Aces and Eights? That would be interesting, because let's face it, the Aces and Eights angle is a little bit stale right now, so it would actually be pretty interesting to see these guys be a part of that group, and I would love to see it, but I would pretty much be surprised. Would you pay to see a match between Bad Influence and versus British Fist Dan and NJ? I would pay to see it because, number one, Daniel is not a fighter. As you can see in some of his videos, he gets beat up a lot, especially by either Terminator NJ or NJ himself when NJ goes heel temporarily. But for real, I can't picture Daniel fighting at all. So more than likely, I will probably pay to see that. But NJ, I could imagine NJ going heel. I could imagine him putting up a good fight. But Daniel is a lover, not a fighter. He's like one of those guys that be like, you know, I'm in the back, man. I don't want to hit you. I don't want to fight you. It's not me. You know, he's the type of dude that will more than likely be a manager than a fighter. So see him in the ring would be funny for me. But I love those guys. I love you, man. So don't take it the wrong way. Moving on to the next question. What do you think of that? Well, okay. We know you don't like John Cena, so I'm going to skip that part of the question. Do you think that he is going to break Ric Flair's 16-time world champion streak? He better not. Look, as much as I don't have any beef with John Cena, I love Ric Flair. Hence the name, Nature Girl 30. Better not, man. I'm going to be not one happy camper. Yeah, but let's move on from there. We'll see the end Undertaker streak and WrestleMania 30. I don't really imagine John Cena being the one. I am all about Dean Ambrose. Seriously, I am all about Dean Ambrose being the one to be challenged to go against The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30, and I think that Dean Ambrose is going to be the one to put him down. I do not think it's going to be John Cena, because not a lot of people are going to like that. Because here's the thing, if they actually have John Cena to break the streak with The Undertaker, he'll be the most hated person in the WWE, and they will have no choice but to make him heel. They can't make him a face. Not after doing that. That'll be a bad move on their end if they want a baby face for life. So honestly, I don't really see John Cena doing it. I'm seeing Dean Ambrose all the way. Dean Ambrose, sticking to it. This is a fantasy booking, but what if Squall Lionheart from Final Fantasy VIII debuted at Royal Rumble 2014 and won the Rumble and went to Mania to win the title? How would you react? Number one, I will be extremely, not ecstatic, but I would be like literally crazy with awe if I actually see a cartoon character or an anime character or a video game character come to life to be a part of the Royal Rumble. That's something I will probably record and have it in my memory banks for eternity, and I will pretty much be shocked if I see that. Seriously. But that's how I react, just to see a video game character come to life. But thank you so much, Final Limits 1. You do have more questions for me, but I will read this in another Q&A. Moving on to the next person. Next person will be Largest85. Favorite toys when you were a kid. Good grief, I had so many. I had Hungry Hippos. I had my Lite-Brite. I had my Bake Wheel. I had my Easy Bake Oven. Pretty much everything you can think of. Oh, my Nintendo. Oh my gosh. Boy, did I have fun playing that. Mario, I practically stayed up all night trying to beat Mario 3. Seriously, I was at my next door neighbor's house, and honestly, I did not even sleep. His mom was looking at me like, "Are you gonna go to bed?" Like, it was about 5 a.m. and I came close to beating the game. I wasn't gonna quit because it didn't have a save feature, and I knew if I cut it off, that's it, ground zero. No way. So I played that to the very end, and then I ended up getting my own and did the same exact thing. Why don't you braid your hair or relax it? The reason why I don't braid it is because, number one, it takes too freaking long. It takes about maybe close to 6 hours for me to get my hair braided. And I don't use my real hair, I use weave, because they really do make the twist way too small, and I have to wash my hair at least twice a week. I mean, not twice a week, but, every 2 weeks, because I have a scalp condition, and that's the main reason why I can't get it relaxed, because if I get it relaxed, my hair will fall out, and I have big patches of no hair in my head. So, honestly, that's the reason why I don't get it relaxed. But as for braiding a weave is way too expensive. Braiding it with my own hair is too expensive, so, no. I'd rather do it on my own. Whose hair is longer, yours or the Lex Man? The Lex Man. What did you think of Full House? Even though the show was incredibly corny, I loved it. It was a true TGIF show. That was a show that I've always watched and looked forward to. It came before Family Matters. So I really did like that show, and I love Dave Coulier because I loved him in Out of Control when he had it on when he was on Nickelodeon. And it was a really great show. Did you ever play Slender? No, I have no idea what that is. And your sixth question for me is Abyss a ripoff of Mankind? No, because Abyss has more edge. Mankind is a bit of a psychopathic goofball. But I can't really say that Abyss is. Abyss is more like a psychopath. So honestly, I'm all about Abyss. I love Mankind because Mankind, he's more like he's a masochistic psychopath. So you gotta love him for that. But I like Abyss because Abyss would just take you down and not even think anything of it. I love Abyss for that reason. But thank you so much, Largest85, for sending me these questions. And I will move on to Dave Rivera. Or is it Riviera? I'm sorry if I got it wrong. What do you think the WWE could have a new era in wrestling to get more viewers or to bring more old viewers back? The reason why they don't have a new era now is because they're not hungry for it. Like, they had a huge amount of competition, and the main reason why that they were actually losing a lot of people is because of the fact that it's just way too PG. But around that time, when they actually did have WCW gave them a run for their money, and that's the main reason why that they actually had the era to compete with them, and they practically were at toe-to-toe with them, but they're not hungry because they brought out all the competition. So I really don't see another era happening unless TNA get their act together and become really good competition, and they may do another era just to beat them out. Which members of the Shield do you see having the most success in WWE after the group disbands? Dean Ambrose. Hands down, Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is the voice of the Shield. I'm sorry about the other two, but it's all about Dean Ambrose in my opinion. I think that he's going to be the one to go towards the streak as well as go towards the World Heavyweight title. What do you think of mainstream wrestling? What do you think mainstream wrestling needs the most to get popular again and to fix their product? The thing is like they cater so much to kids. It's okay to have casual fans. It's okay to have kids that are liking you. But let's face it, you're not their parent. It's the parent's job to tell them right from wrong. It's the parent's job to tell them, okay, this isn't real. And it's the parent's job to let them know, you can watch this and I'll watch it with you, to have that bonding moment. But the way that they actually making it so kiddie and so ridiculously PG, and it's not even PG, it's more like G now, and it's just ridiculous. Even some kids think it's stupid. If they actually make it geared towards not only adults and the old school fans that grew up loving this since the 80s, they'll have a more popular show. And not to mention, they have to get rid of the 3 hours. I'm sorry. They need to bring it back to 2 because it's nothing but filler in the middle. And it gets so boring. I haven't even done a review yet because I fell asleep on half of it. And I am going to do a review, probably put it up later on. But honestly, it's just too freaking boring. They need to take away 3 hours and leave it to 2. That would help it a lot. And also, yeah, stop promoting the WWE app so much. Please. It's just getting tiresome and old. Even though the app is cool, but really. Moving on from there. Which wrestlers in mainstream do you feel have been misused and could be used as a face turn heel or a heel turn face? Ooh, good one. I like Jericho the way he is. When they turn him heel, yeah, but you're talking about misuse. Honestly, Ryback should have went heel from the very beginning, but now he was actually, his push was great starting off at first, but now he's just completely just under the bar, underused, misused, all that stuff, and it's just making me upset because Ryback is a good character. They should have had him heel from the beginning instead of making him a face. They should have made him a heel instead of a frustrated face. Now he's a full-fledged heel. And I just didn't agree with that at all. He was better off starting out being bad. The person that should turn face at this point, some people say Cody Rhodes. I really don't see Cody Rhodes as a face at all. Ted DiBiase is grossly underused. I think he is better off being a heel. His best work was as a heel, and I think he should go back to being a heel. But being a face, I really can't see it right now. There's probably many, but I honestly can't think of any off the top of my head. I would say, well, R-Truth is face now. Kofi Kingston going heel will be interesting, but I can't really think of any heels going faces at this point. You probably have a few. If you guys have a few ideas for that, leave a comment in the comment section below, because I have nothing popping in my head right now. Okay, moving on to the next person. Real Spider-Man Noir fan. What was your favorite McDonald's meal, Happy Meal toy when you were a kid? The little pullback racers. I love those pullback racers when you pull them back and they fly across the table. I love those things. It got on my mom's nerves, but I love those things. What do you like better, Mickey D's or Burger King? Burger King is just way too hard on the stomach. After you eat a Burger King burger, you feel like you swallowed a lead weight. I like McDonald's because it's okay, and it's literally the crack of food. Like, I love their fries. I would pretty much eat their fries, and that's all I would eat. But their burgers are okay, but I happen to like their filet of fish as well as some of their chicken sandwiches. The McRib just don't really taste real, so I don't really eat that much. But honestly, I do prefer Mickey D's because it's not as heavy, and now that Mickey D's is actually trying to go a little bit healthier with the smoothies and everything, and it gives you a little bit more variety and lets you switch it up. But Burger King is just way too heavy in the stomach. Have you ever got drunk out of your mind with Tama Girl? No offense, but your friend Tama Girl was intimidating looking. Hey, that's my girl right there. But no, I really haven't gotten drunk with her yet. I'm just not the type of person that actually likes getting drunk, because I'm the type of person that likes to be sober watching other people be drunk. You know, that's the type of person I am. I just don't like being drunk at all. But no, I haven't. Also, Tito Santana. Dang, it's been a minute since I watched him. I honestly don't really have any thoughts because it's been a very long time since I've seen him wrestle. Also, Mamoru Rick Martel. I have brief memories of him as a kid, but he was pretty cool. I mean, I thought he was really attractive in the back in the day, but what would I know? I mean, I was a kid. That was the first older man I had a crush on. But yeah, I will say that, you know, he was attractive. Wrestling, I can't remember that much. It was a long time ago since I've actually seen him wrestle. But thank you so much, Real Spider-Man Noir fan. Thank you for the questions. You'll be credited at the end. The next set of questions come from Nintendo Fanboy 1988. Your thoughts on Punk Princess Avril Lavigne? She's trying too hard. What celebrities could you compare Final Fantasy VIII characters to? Rinoa I have to say Rinoa reminds me a little bit of Katy Perry. Yeah, I would say about Katy Perry. Katy Perry has that whole sweetness, the sweet saltiness going on. Like, you know, she has a little girl, has that little sweet, girl next door demeanor, like in the streets, but you know that there's like something going on behind the scenes with her. Like, you know, she's probably got something else going on. And Noah, you kind of knew off the bat that she had a feelings for Squall. Not like a full-on crush, so she practically threw herself at him. But honestly, I really see her as Katy Perry. Selfie? Ooh. I see Selfie. Gosh, who can I really think of? She's really bubbly, and I can't really imagine anybody that bubbly anymore. I don't want to say Hayden Panettiere. I kind of want to say Amanda Sixley. For some reason pops in my head. I don't know why. Maybe because of the fact that she just no, not that. She just has that really cutesy demeanor, and I can't really think of anybody that has a cute girl next door kind of demeanor now, and except for that girl, dang it, I can't remember. But anyway, I have absolutely no thoughts for Selfie, because she just has that really bubbly girl next door. I would say that she kind of reminds me of maybe the Olsen twins back in the day, when, before they got out of the whole movie thing. Maybe Ashley, I don't know. Let's think of someone else. Zell reminds me of Chester Bennington of Linkin Park. I don't know why. Maybe because Zell's a hothead and he has blonde hair. But even though I don't know whether or not Chester is a hothead, I will know that Chester can wail. And I mean, he's probably the best singer, the artist of that group. Seriously, not the. I mean, he's great in that group. So he kind of reminds me of Chester Bennington for some reason. I don't know why, but he kind of does. Of course, let me see, Squall, CM Punk. Not because of the hair, but because of the attitude. CM Punk has that whole, you know, anti-hero type line that he can cross, and he looks pretty young for his age. So I will say CM Punk for that reason, because of the whole anti-hero, I don't really, you know, devil may care kind of attitude. And those are the ones I can really think of. Keistis, I can't really think of anybody right now for her. But if you have any other thoughts, anyone out there that knows about Five Fast Day, if you have any thoughts, leave it in the comment section below. Because right now, it kind of escapes me. I haven't played that game in so long. Moving on to the next set of questions, because I went on that for so long. Thoughts on Angelina Jolie removing her breast to reduce risk of breast cancer? Yeah. If you want to remove those globes, it's up to you, man. Like, I actually haven't heard of anyone removing them to prevent something. I've heard of people having to remove them because they had no choice, but not because they don't want to prevent it. But I hate to say it, that may not be the case. Like, I'm not saying I'm a breast cancer expert, but I'm saying that if you have breast cancer that is hormone-based, you can remove your breast all you want, and that's not going to prevent anything as long as you have hormones. You're going to probably have to get rid of all of your plumbing. Like, I hate to sound crude about it, but if it's hormone-based, you're going to probably still get cancer if it's in your family, or if it's in your family trait. If I'm wrong about it, and if you guys know more about breast cancer than I do, like I said, leave a comment section below. I have no problem in being wrong. I am not, nothing wrong with me learning. Thoughts on Austin Aries putting his crotch in Christy Hemi's face? Shame on you, Austin Aries. That is just, no. I don't know why you did it. That's gross and disgusting. No. Shame on you. Thoughts on Nickelodeon today? Oh, gosh. It's not how it was 20 years ago. I really do love it I loved it when it was in the 80s. It was so creative and innovative. All the shows were geared towards kids, and they were very original. Like, now it's just like the same old cookie cutter crap that you see that's coming out of Disney. Don't get me wrong. I love iCarly and I love Victorious. And I loved Zoe 101. That's one of my guilty pleasures. And those are probably the only shows that I watched because of how original it was. But now it's just not worth your time anymore. And it just makes me sad. It was so great back in the day. But it's just not how it is now. Moving on from there, and my final set of questions. Actually, I know I have 2 sets of questions. And like I said, I'm going to probably answer maybe 5 this time because I have a lot of questions. What if Kofi Kingston moved to TNA? What do you think? Do you think they would use his talents? I don't know. Maybe in spite of Vince McMahon, they're gonna probably use him more. If the TNA wrestler moves to WWE, honestly, I don't really see a TNA wrestler moving to WWE having any success because Vince McMahon is that bitter. How do you think the downfall of Aces and Eights will play out? How it's playing out now is the fact that they got rid of D'Lo Brown, and D'Lo Brown's going to be a huge factor on how the Aces and Eights going to crumble, because if you kick out a member of the group, that's like a domino effect. One member goes, the other member goes, the other member goes, and then they just start to slowly crumble and evaporate unless someone else gets brought in that's more powerful than the president. So things could go either way. Right now, I'm really seeing it crumble in the hands of D'Lo Brown, but if they bring in somebody else, if Brooke goes heel and becomes a heel couple with Bully Ray, who knows what will happen. Moving on to the next set of questions. Let's say a ghost came to you and told you that he can grant you 3 wishes. The first one will be that you will have eternal wealth, but you won't be able to speak. The second question will be you'll be the most beautiful woman on earth, but you will have the most bad breath. And the third, you can wish him to keep asking wishes and go away. Which one would you choose? I wouldn't choose either. Sorry, because usually when there's a genie in your face saying that they can grant you wishes, it's always some kind of a catch. So I would probably be like, okay, I'm gonna send you off to the next person. Even though it'd be tempting to make a wish, I always would think it'll be a catch. So I would probably say neither. And your final question for me is, have you ever been picked on growing up? And if you had, how'd you deal with it? Gosh, I've been picked on for a long time. Mostly I've been picked on when I was in junior high school because of my weight. I was really heavy back then, close to 200 pounds. I kept it off for a long time, but back then, kids would pick on you because of your weight and how you looked and everything. And it was really tough to deal with. I kind of held everything in until God broke my faucet, and I can't really hold anything in for water anymore. But that's just how I dealt with it. I just held everything in. But then when I got older, I lost weight. People started paying attention to me, and I kind of let go of all that. I mean, but not without the help of the Lord, not necessarily on my own. But thank you for sending me those set of questions. And my final person that sending me questions will be WCW3 Count 1 2 3. What if the guy and girl you were dating and you caught them smoking? Okay, it's another smoking question. You didn't know they smoked, and well, you didn't know they smoked because they never told you. Would I slap them? No. Would I make their lives miserable? No. Would I ignore it? No. Honestly, you can't, if that person smells like a chimney, usually they'll smell like sweat and bacon. Like, I guess I know people that smoke and they smell like sweat and bacon, so I really don't think you can hide a person that smokes, like chain smokes. But if they smoke, I'll just tell them, look, you can't smoke in my house, you gotta smoke outside my house, and if you don't want to, if you still smoke in this house, you gotta go. Simple, like that. If I cared about them, it would be really hard to let them go, but I just don't like a smelly house. I just don't. That's just me. What are the bosses you got stuck with on Final Fantasy VIII? Good grief. I can't even remember. I know that I tried to fight Ultimecia, but I just got really so fed up that my sister just beat the game. We both got fed up. We had to cheat with a game genie. That was the only way that we can beat Final Fantasy VIII. And I'm not gonna lie, I will admit, I used my game genie to the fullest. I used that game genie to the fullest, man. Why don't you buy a PS1 and play Final Fantasy VIII again? Because you can download it. There's really no point in getting a PS1. If I ever decide to get a PS4, I will more than likely probably get just download it on the PlayStation Network. That's pretty much all you have to do. Do you hate plane rides as much as I do? No. I absolutely love plane rides. Yeah, the food kind of tastes like crap, but honestly, it's really fun. I mean, when your ears pop the first time you go up, it's a little bit terrifying. The turbulence kind of does scare you a little bit, but I actually consider it an adventure. I love it. How far did you get on Streets of Rage 2? When I played with my sister, seriously, we had a ball playing Streets of Rage 2. And for real, we got all the way to the end in one day. Like, that's just how it was. When we first popped it in, we played to the very end. Like, we didn't really give up. And it was awesome. We even beat the final boss. We beat it with all 4 characters. It was sweet. It was so much fun. We went from playing easy all the way to hardest, and we had a ball. It was so much fun. And your final question for me is, what if instead of the Undertaker debuting in WWE, is Sting instead with the Undertaker's ring name and the Dead Man gimmick, and the Taker stayed at WCW and he kept him mean Mark. Let's face it, if he was at WCW, no, he would not be the Undertaker today, and he would not be as popular as he is today. And if Sting changed his name, I really don't think the Sting would be as popular as he is now with him just being Sting. Because let's face it, who cannot forget that blonde hair? I can't. Straight up. It would not be the same in my opinion. But thank you guys for sending me these questions. My goodness, you sent me so many. But like I said, if there's any questions that I have left off, I will make sure that I will mark them and I will say it in the next Q&A. If you have any other questions for me, please send it to my YouTube inbox or send it to me on Twitter at #NatureGirlQ&A at RKH30. Thank you guys so much for sending me these questions. I will do a raw review, and it's going to probably be a little bit later on, and I'm at the 26-minute mark, so I better go. It's NatureGirl30 signing off. Peace out. Later.